I mean, your guess is as good as mine. I've never heard of this. I saw the name Tencent in there. This could be either okay or really bad. Just seeing the art style, a little bit of animation, and the description so far. Yeah, this seems like Chinese Muramasa the Demon Blade, but maybe not like on the Vanillaware level of quality. Alright, there weren't guns like that in Muramasa, so that comparison's out the window. I saw Great Sword and Dual Swords apparently being played by the same character, and my mind immediately goes to Monster Hunter. Now, what does open source software mean? Oh. Oh. It's the license. Great. Thanks, Fungus. I will say this is the first GameFly game I played that had a GitHub link. Just right at the title screen.
对于生存在我这个时代的人来说，荒诞的事情每天都在发生。
Native language, not with English subtitles. Add that to the Muramasa checklist. I look at these instructions, and all I can think is why. Oh, the frame drops when one enemy appeared on screen are not encouraging. Souls, add it to the Muramasa list. This is the Monkey Paw Wish version of getting Muramasa on Switch. I hope you're not right. Yeah, the more I look at this, the more some of these mechanics are basically just Muramasa. Does it at least feel okay? I mean, it feels fine so far, but I haven't really had to do much so far. Yeah, so far this certainly doesn't have like the flashiness of Muramasa, but it's at least playing okay. Yeah, this presentation with just one big image and constantly scrolling to the side, it just makes me think I'm in one of those revolving restaurants. So, question. We just faded in on G and this not Cinder sitting on this pile of shit. So was he just hanging out here the entire time? He was on sale on Steam for around $2, $10 normally. Yeah, that's not a bad price actually. Alright, so if we're doing Muramasa comparisons again, this is the short sword and this is the long sword, and you just have both at any given time. I'm confused by the two lines of how-to, because even when there's lettering for it... Oh, okay, the top how-to is for how to qualify for the ability, and the bottom one is how to do it. But that's not used for 3/4 of these. Jeez, we're getting all the dialogue out of the way now, huh? This is the third person I've talked to in just this little area. When we start fighting enemies again, I'm gonna make a conscious effort to try and mix up like the Great Sword and the Dual Blades. Alright. Interactable environment pieces. I'm on board with that. You know what, dude? I will call you by the name Bai, because you apparently said bye to the front third of your spear. Okay, so mixing in the like short sword and the almost called it the long sword, the great sword actually feels fine. You know what? So far this doesn't feel that bad. I mean, there's still a lot of time for everything to fall apart, but so far not bad. Was oops a common word around this time period? Okay, the text is going a little too fast. I'm gonna assume they look like skeletons when they properly pop up, because Oh wait, isn't there a thing about like depictions of the dead in Chinese culture? Maybe that's why. Oh, that's the lamp I'm looking for? I saw soul lamps as just a random objective on the map and had no idea what that was supposed to be. This might end up being a pretty boring GameFly stream. Because if I have nothing to complain about, that takes out a lot of the commentary. That's not to say I'm upset that it's a decent game, and that's not to say I'm upset that I won't suffer. But I don't know how to finish that sentence. Okay, I'll admit, I don't like that the soul lights keep showing up at dead ends, like just as little side paths off of where you're supposed to go. Because that kind of thing just reeks of, we need to make this longer. Aha! I'm actually putting a little effort into hiding some of these. I figured it out, Fallout Boy. Alright, so there is like a decent amount of abilities. I needed to give this game more credit because I didn't realize the amount of things you could buy at first. I'm a fan of the art style, but it's also very apparent that their ability to animate some of it was limited. It can still look good, it's just not quite as good as it could be. Uh-huh. Well, I'm glad I wasted one of those. Oh, we have more moving objects in the background, and it's apparent in the frame rate. Alright, bit of an unusual mechanic, but I'll roll with it. Why are you showing me this? You want me to use it? Well, now I just won't out of spite. Okay, I can do without this enemy. Not because that enemy is particularly difficult, but because I just don't like the sound it makes. You know, that's the first instance I've seen so far of an awkward English translation. Which we're over an hour in, so that's not bad. Alright. It wasn't just going in the order I thought it was. And my dumbass puzzle brain couldn't handle that. At least it's not a sliding block puzzle. That, I probably would have just shut the game off immediately and played Bard's Tale or something. This fighting behind the shades thing is making me want to watch Kill Bill Volume 1 again. Oh, that was a nice effect. Is it weird that his dialogue is making me think of, like, the psychopaths from Dead Rising? In terms of the line of logic he's trying to follow? The fights have stepped up in difficulty. Things that are supposed to be romantic but just come off really creepy. Oh, that's a health thing. I was expecting it to be like the charge across the screen or something. But that works for me. Yeah, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm not, like, upset at all to be playing a game that's actually decent. In my eyes, at least. But it probably does mean that the video, when I cut it together for YouTube, it's not going to be as interesting. Exactly, Blondie. We need the bad, dumb games for content. Oh, this is not the kind of content I wanted. I am not telling you where your brother is. I know what you've done with him. Or want to do with him. Mmm. Got it with a passing shot. Nice. I actually like that boss fight. Oh, that's a cool little thing they did. Taking the spider silhouette and turning it into the actual person. I like that. See, it came from GameFly isn't all negative. It's just not knowing what I'm getting into tends to really get me into trouble. Okay, what does Spider Bitch do? Alright, that could be useful. Oh, there's a bad typo. To be fair, only the second one so far in the game. Oh, now I'm curious, how long is this game? Because this seems like the kind of plot that could either end like 5 hours from now or 15 minutes from now. Wait, that looks like a giant fist. The boss fight's gonna be a big-ass robot, isn't it? Ah, hitbox, please. And I don't mean the defunct streaming service. Alright, there was something I missed. What is it? Oh, I had to do that first? Okay. I think this environment is starting to weigh on me more than most of the others in the game. Because it's mostly just solid wood backgrounds over and over. I couldn't tell where the final platform was at first, so it was a little sketchy, but we made it through. Oh my god, that frame drop. Oh, that fucking hitbox extending behind the monster. It's one of the few things I don't like about this game. You'd think I'd be used to weird hitboxes with my Monster Hunter experience, but no. Well, Blondie, you were right, this is turning into ARMS 2. This makes it sound like you ordered it off an infomercial, dude. Talking about these super powerful beings just taking pills. It's not where I expected the story to go. Have you ever tried meeting with, like, a high-ranking figure of authority, and your reason for it was, it has to do with the world? You know, I said I was glad we didn't have a sliding block puzzle. But light puzzles I am also not a fan of. Unless it's just do them in a certain order. Okay, that's exactly what it was. Thank you. I don't like those puzzles where it's one light goes out when you light this one up. Sometimes more than one goes out. Oh my god. He's doing the Bart Simpson attack. Oh. The Emperor's room wasn't ready. It had to pop in. That response is not gonna help you, G. That is not what I expected the serpent to look like, but I'm okay with it. I am usually very bad at these segments. Ah, the moving platforms are just mean. Ah. Just pretend it's my driving test. Pass on the right. There we go. I do like some of the enemy design in this. At first it was kind of samey with, like, the army of skeletons. But it does pick up in spots, and I appreciate that. Ah, jeez. Well, I was not prepared for that. Okay, guarding doesn't help for that. Okay, where's phase 2? Oh? I thought for sure there was going to be a second phase to that snake thing. Don't know if you... You just beat Demon Snake, come on. Hey, remember your sister? Remember how that was a driving plot point at one point in time in this game? So the solid and or liquid snake felt like a final boss. But we have more to do, I guess. Okay, who's the next robot master we're refighting? Oh, great. I just want to make damn sure I got through that. This is me getting the ice cream at night. So, Tian's kind of the Jafar of this whole setup. I think I'm less intimidated by this guy. Yeah. I think I did okay considering I had no idea what was happening. Ah, I healed too slow. You can stop groaning, dude. I'm already dead. Eat shit. Yes. Okay, at least we got to see him getting stabbed in the neck. It's a ridiculous world we live in. What? Let's give it a minute. In keeping with this game, we must remain zen, at least for the moment. So, it still recognizes that I beat the game. Take a screenshot of your finishing time and share it with other That's what a leaderboard is for. Okay, so I'm not doing challenge mode. If I ignore the error happening right at the end and depriving me of the credit sequence, which I usually talk over for this part, this was a perfectly decent game. It doesn't have the same level of visual flair of Muramasa, but I mean, that's vanillaware. You're always going to be playing catch-up. Before that, this was a shoo-in for the SCXCR I Don't Hate This badge. It's still getting that badge, but it's getting it with a little bit of a side eye from me. Kind of saying, what the fuck did you do at the end there?